Good morning, guys. It is a Saturday, the day after my birthday now. I did not film anything the day of my birthday because I was just in the moment of spending time with my family and friends and just having a good time that I didn't even bother. I think I took like one picture of me eating sweet frogs and that was pretty much it. Anyway, I am going to give you the lowdown of what's been since the last time I vlogged because it has been a while. Okay, backtrack to Saturday, May 10th. Had off, did chores. Wasn't feeling good that day. Took a nap, fixed dinner. I made spaghetti and ravioli. And I also made coffee cake. Just like always, if I mention anything that would be, would have gluten in it, everything's gluten-free, so. So, and I did not make coffee cake from scratch. I made that from a box. I do better with a box set versus... Unless I have a recipe. If I have a recipe and we have all the ingredients, I will make it. And recently I have made something that was from scratch, which was pretty good. Alright, that was Saturday. I don't know if I did anything. I think I wasn't feeling great, so I didn't even bother. Sunday, May 11th, church, nap, evening service. Again, kind of not feeling well day, type day either. Monday, May 12th, had off, chores, nap. I had a really bad pressure headache. I think it was that day as well. Haven't been feeling great. I went to bed early because I was, oh yeah, it really was that bad because it says I had a migraine from the weather and because of my body hormones wise, I was not feeling great. Tuesday, May 13th, had off, chores. Again, was extremely tired. Took 2 naps that day. That was like the next day was even bad, even worse as well because I was just exhausted. I did end up doing some dotting then, just a little bit. But yeah, extremely tired, really bad headaches. So yeah, that was that last weekend. That was not great. Wednesday, May 14th, work, did 4 houses. It was raining also really bad on Tuesday that I'm just grateful that we don't have any, where we live there's no flooding, there's not a lot of excessive water. But the C&O Canal and the Potomac River, really high, like extremely high. It was pretty bad. Where the bottoms of the trees were all covered, it was on the bank and everything. It was really bad. I was like, oh my gosh. In certain areas, if there was like bridges, you couldn't cross it because they would have been flooded or almost flooded. I was like, oh my goodness, it was pretty bad. But anyway, and somehow I managed to get to 3 or 4 houses that day. Thursday, May 15th, work, did 2 houses. Went to Mount Houghton, hang out with some of my friends. Got to see some people that I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, so it was still a good time. We went to Glenwood Foods. If you've seen one of my reviews lately, I went to Glenwood Foods. It's a store that is... Hang on, my battery's flashing. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. As I was saying, Glenwood Foods is a consignment. It's a broken down place where you can buy groceries, but they're owned by the Mennonites, and so they have their own produce, or like a deli area where you can get your meats and cheeses and some other things, and then there's like their products like baking goods and candies and stuff like that. And I got that candy if you saw the review of the gummies. But they have all kinds of stuff, and they've broken down food, so some stuff is expired. But it's at your own risk if you want to buy stuff like crackers or cookies or whatever. And some things are also fresh as well, and there's some things like they had like these big tubs of ice cream that you would buy for like an ice cream place, and you'd scoop them out, but they had those big tubs of ice cream. I was like, I didn't get anything. I liked looking, and they were reasonably priced. A lot of that stuff was reasonably priced, except for their own stuff that they have made. That was like the typical pricing of what Mennonites or Amish sell. I also went to Rita's that day. Mom and I stopped by Rita's. I had gotten a strawberry shortcake with custard type thing. I think it was called a concrete. Basically, it's just like a Blizzard, but their version. It was really good. Friday, May 16th, got Zachary up because he had an appointment that day. I forget what it was. What appointment was that? Oh, it was neurologist. He had to go to the neurologist. I stayed home. I was grateful. Like, everyone was out. I got some chores done. I got the time by myself. Anytime, like I've said many times before, anytime I've had time alone in the house, I'm like, oh. I'm like, yes. I filmed some videos. Guys, I gotta edit. I'm behind on editing. I got Zachary's bedding and laundry done. Oh, this is where I made the homemade dish. I got inspired. I saw some apples that were just not like eating right away, so I made apple crumble or cobbler. Oh, that stuff, I think Mom ate some because it was gluten-free. I found up the recipe, and I didn't know if it was going to turn out really good, and it did. I was like, oh, I perfected, like, I mean, obviously it was someone else's recipe, but I've perfected it like an apple tasting thing since I've made the apple pie last year for around Thanksgiving or Christmas, and then I made the apple crumble. Oh, it was so good, and I ate a lot of it. Even though I've been trying to cut back, and I have been cutting back on a lot of things. I have been naughty sometimes, and sometimes I've been pretty good about not eating as much, but... And then I kind of helped with fixing dinner that night. Mom... I was planning on doing it because it was already prepared, but Mom came home in time and did it herself, so I was like, okay. But I did help, like, set the table and that sort of thing. And I couldn't tell you what it was. I can't even remember what the food was. It was good. Saturday, May 17th, had off, chores, did outside work, had a nap, and had a headache again that day. Headaches are back because the weather has been crappy lately. Or it might be my hormones, or it might just... Also, my sinuses have been driving me crazy too. Sunday, May 18th, received a card that day. Went to church, had my... my evening service. It was also my stepdad's birthday, so happy birthday to him. We went out to Red Robin, met up with my grandfather and my grandmother. Did some errands in Hagerstown, which we don't typically do on Sundays, but went into Lowe's, get 2 lights because we're updating our lights in the bathrooms. And then we got one outside. Mom got her nails done. And then my brother and I, we walked around the mall and got bubble tea and went to our favorite places to look around. And then Ricky did his thing. He had to get some like watches with their batteries fixed and stuff, so he got that done. Monday, May 19th, work did 1.5 houses, because previously in one of the houses, I didn't even mention that, we went to one of the houses that their water was leaking in the basement, and I know, like, I was down there and I just heard, and I actually heard it first. I like looked back at the wall. I was like, is that water running down their wall? And so I looked and I was like, sure enough, it was. So I go upstairs, tell everyone to shut the water off, and they get them down here and say, hey, your water's leaking down here on the pipe. So we weren't able to finish cleaning like the bathrooms, but all my like vacuuming, dusting, all that stuff was done. So we finished up, Mom finished up cleaning the bathrooms at their house that day. And then the other house was a deep clean. Got home at a reasonable time, so I took a nap again. Anytime I can take a nap, I will. I received 2 cards that day as well. Tuesday, May 20th, work, did 4 houses plus extra. Wednesday, May 21st, had off, chores. Took a nap, wasn't really feeling well again. Film videos, edit. Yeah, edit one of the videos. Got some things done that I needed to get done, like my own laundry. Thursday, May 22nd, worked with 4 houses, received cards / money, and I was given a sweatshirt, so stay tuned for hauls. I will be doing a birthday haul here pretty soon, which you'll see everything. Friday, my birthday, yesterday, May 23rd, had off, got to go to Dr. P, which he helped tremendously with my back. Or my neck, really. I've been having such pain in the back of my neck here, and that's also been affecting my headaches and setting them off. I also had a headache that day as well. I've been getting headaches almost like every day. I didn't say, I also had a headache Thursday, I think Tuesday as well, or was it Monday? Anyway, I've been having headaches almost, like, I've had them like 4 or 5 times this week alone. I've been keeping track. I've had 11 this year within the last 5 months. Oof. Hopefully today is a good day and I don't have one. I don't want to keep having them. Went to Chipotle for lunch. Instead of getting the rice, I just did salad. I did just lettuce and the meat and the beans and whatever else. Went to Five Below. We went to the newer one that we haven't been to, and it's really nice inside. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you the experience that I witnessed at Five Below. There's a handful of those who had disabilities, or as I like to call uniqueness. They had Down syndrome or a few other things. I don't know every detail of what they had, but they had some of their I was gonna say handlers, that's not the right word, caregivers there, or yeah, I think it was caregivers. And then a few of them looked at me, and I smiled and waved at them, and that brightened up they gave me a wave and smiled back, and I just felt good about it. I felt like I was giving them a sense like, hey, I see you, you're heard, and I appreciate you. And anytime I try not to cry here. Anytime I go witness someone that has a uniqueness, because I've experienced it myself with having my own uniqueness, or my brother or my mom or anyone, I know how it is to not to feel seen, heard, misunderstood, or bullied. Like it's rough, it's tough, and people don't realize that it hurts. And we all have feelings. We as humans have feelings, and so I felt like it was a good idea to wave at them and say hey, you know. So I felt good about giving them, because it was so funny because we weren't planning on going to that Five Below. I was planning on going to a different one. But I'm glad I went to that one, not only to see what was inside the new one, but just see them. That brightened up my day. So, oh my goodness. So yeah, that was just like a good God moment for me. So the only thing I wish I did was put out more tracks this week that I've been out a lot. Because I've been going to the mall a lot more and there and stuff, and then I just didn't think about it. But anyway, but I still had good moments with people, giving them a smile and stuff like that. So, so that was a good moment for me that day. At Five Below. We went to Sweet Frogs. Went to Walmart. Walmart was a bit chaotic because it's Memorial Day weekend, and it's also a weekend in general. We went to the mall because my mom had to get her nails fixed because she got them done, but she had trouble with them peeling and being rough. But anyway, so Zach and I walked around. We got bubble tea again. It's always a good day when getting more bubble tea. Went to FYE. I got a present there. I will show you in the hall. Excuse me. Where else did we go? We went to like Books a Million, and then we went over to like a place that sells, like, people that has small businesses. They have like a small area. I'm not small. They have a place they can sell their stuff, merchandise in there. We didn't get very far until Mom says, "Hey, I'm done." We're like, okay. So we went back, and then we went to, where did we go next? I think we went out to eat, and then Sweet Frogs, and then we went to Walmart. I had to pick up my last thing of nail stuff. Haven't even gone to the first one yet. But I got a lot in case this comes back or gets worse or whatever. Got back, unloaded everything. A couple of my friends came over. My best friends came over. I ate dinner, which was chicken, mac and cheese, cheesy garlic biscuits, fried squash, broccoli, and I think that was it. Maybe there was gravy. I don't know. There's like quite a bit of stuff. And then they sang happy birthday to me, played some games, opened my gifts. Again, I'll show you in a haul. Play some games, and then they left, and I didn't go to bed right away. I watched a few videos and then went to bed. So yeah, I had an overall good day despite having a headache in the morning. Thank you, Dr. P, for helping me adjust me, and oh my gosh, she's a lifesaver for my back. You just live in chronic pain. Any little bit helps. So overall, I've had a good day, and today I'm going to a wedding from a good friend from church, and yeah. So yeah, and I probably will film later with videos as well. So I need to edit so much already. Anyway, I've had a good birthday so far, and I'm hoping and praying that I continue have a good day. Oh, also for dessert, I got a cheesecake, like one of those mini, like a strawberry cheesecake. So I'm excited for that. I didn't get to, like, I even got like candles for it that spell it happy birthday and a topper. That's so funny. I should probably just go ahead and show you that. Well, no, I'll show you in the hall. But what am I trying to write here? Oh, blacking out, or what else supposed to do. Anyway, yeah, so I'm hoping and praying everything goes well, and this year will be the year that I find Mr. Right, because I'm like, Lord, isn't it time yet that I find him? Like, you know. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. That's the prayer. I didn't even wish. I just prayed. I was like, Lord, please send me a man, a godly, spirit-filled, godly man my way. That is what I want and requested. And I'm like, is it time yet, Lord? I don't know. But I'm trusting God's trusting his the process. So I'm just gonna have to. Anyone that says that I don't have patience, I definitely do. I don't know why they would say that, because I am a very patient person. I don't really complain too much. Unless you see me in person, and then I kind of spill after a while. But anyway, I think I rambled off enough, so you'll see me later in Bible time. Hey guys, and it's everybody's favorite time of the vlog, Bible time. So let's get started. So, reading out of Deuteronomy chapter 30, and it's called A Call to Return to the Lord. In the future, when you experience all these blessings and curses I have listed for you, and when you're living among the nations to which the Lord your God has exiled you, take to heart all these instructions. If at that time you and your children return to the Lord your God, and if you obey with all your heart and all your soul and all the commands I have given you today, then the Lord your God will restore your fortunes. He will have mercy on you and gather you back from all the nations where he has scattered you. Even though you are banished to the ends of the earth, the Lord your God will gather you from there and bring you back again. The Lord your God will return you to the land that let me reread that. The Lord your God will return you to the land that belongs to your ancestors, and you will possess that land again. Then he will make you even more prosperous and numerous than your ancestors. The Lord your God will change your heart and the hearts of all your descendants, so that you will love him with all your heart and soul, and so you may live. The Lord your God will inflict all these curses on the enemies and those who hate and persecute you. You will again obey the Lord and keep all his commands that I have given you today. Okay, a little sidebar called A Fresh Start. Moses assured the people of Israel that when they were ready to return to God, he would be ready to receive them. Even if they deliberately walked away from him and ruined their lives, God would still take them back. He promises a fresh start to anyone separated from him by sin. Need a fresh start? His mercy goes far beyond what any of us can imagine. The Lord your God will make you successful in everything you do. He will give you many children and numerous livestock. He will cause your fields to produce abundant harvests. For the Lord will again delight in being good to you as he was to your ancestors. The Lord your God will delight in you if you obey his voice and keep the commands and decrees written in the book of instruction, and if you return to the Lord your God with all your heart and soul. Next section is called the choice of life or death.
This command I'm giving you today is not too difficult for you to understand and is not beyond your reach. It is not kept in heaven so distant that you must ask, who will go up to heaven and bring it down so we can hear and obey? It is not kept beyond the sea so far that you may ask, who will cross the sea to bring it to us so you can hear and obey? No. I think I need to put it up closer so I can read it better. It is not, okay, I read that. No, the message is very close at hand. It is on your lips and in your heart so you can obey it. Now listen, today I'm giving you a choice between life and death, between prosperity and disaster. For I command you this day to love the Lord your God and to keep his commands, decrees, and regulations by walking in his ways. If you do this, you will live and multiply, and the Lord your God will bless you in the land you are about to enter and occupy. But if your hearts turn away and you refuse to listen, and if you are drawn away to serve and worship other gods, then I warn you now that I will certainly be destroyed. You will not live a long, good life in the land you are crossing the Jordan to occupy. Today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice you make. Oh, that you would choose life, so that you and your descendants might live. You will make this choice by loving the Lord your God, obeying him, and committing yourself firmly to him. This is the key to your life. And if you love and obey the Lord, you will live long in the land the Lord swore to give your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that is chapter 30 of Deuteronomy. So now we're going to get into devotion. And we're still in Daniel. So this is titled Flattery Corrupts. Yes, it does. Daniel chapter 11, verses 28 through 35. The king of the north will then return home with great riches. On the way he will set himself against the people of the Holy Covenant, doing much damage before continuing his journey. Then on the appointed time he will once again invade the south, but this time as the result will be different. For warships from western coastlines will scare him off. He will withdraw and return home. But he will vent his anger against the people of the Holy Covenant and reward those who forsake the covenant. His army will take over the temple fortress, polluting the sanctuary, but a stop to the daily sacrifices and set up the sacrilegious object that causes destruction. He will flatter and win over those who have violated the covenant, but the people who know their God will be strong and will resist him. Wise leaders will give instruction to many, but those teachers will die by fire and sword, or they will be jailed and robbed. During these persecutions, little help will arrive, and many who join them will not be sincere. And some of the wise will fall victim to persecution. In this way, they will be refined and cleansed and made pure until the time of the end. The appointed time is still to come. Kyle sat at his desk, staring at his computer screen. It was getting late, but he still had to finish the paper for Todd. His friend Todd had been gripping about having to write a research paper for history class. Todd kept telling Kyle how good he was at writing papers, and the next thing Kyle knew, he was writing Todd's paper for him. Kyle felt like a fool. He should have known better. With flattery he will corrupt those who violated the covenant, but the people who know their God will firmly resist him. Daniel 11:32. Daniel 11 outlines the key events leading to the rise of Antiochus. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, forgive me. A Greek ruler who hated the Jewish people. He desecrated the temple of God and kept the people from following God's law. Some Jewish people were taken in Antiochus' smooth talk and flattery. They turned their backs on God and followed him. It feels good when someone tells us how great you are, but you must guard yourself against the flattery that can lead to bad decisions. When you know God and have a relationship with Him, you are better prepared to withstand the temptations of turning against Him. What can you do to help you know God better? Getting in His Word is the best thing you can do for yourself to help you overcome any obstacle. And getting devotional type books and seeking advice from other elders that are rooted and know the Word of God. Don't go just to anyone. Go to simply someone that's rooted and wise in the Word and knows what he or she is saying. Ask God to also, I have done this too, ask God to give you the wisdom of understanding the Word and understanding what's being said in the church and know what's right from wrong and to say, and what to say, when to say, and when not to say certain things. So, yeah, give you the wisdom. Just ask God for help in those circumstances. How well are you prepared to withstand the flattery of others? Honestly, I can see right through people. I don't usually fall for prey. I used to when I was a kid or younger. But now that I'm older, I really don't see. I can tell when someone's trying to butter me up. And I'm like, or try to use me. I'm like, no, you have no right over saying such flattery nonsense to me. And I'm like, plus the Holy Spirit gives me the wisdom of what to say, if that person's being a fraud or not. Because those type of people are nincompoops. So that is all Bible time. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, stay positive. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. And you'll see me in another video. So yeah.